Success stories like this one are motivating a move that positions St. Louis to attract and grow more companies focused on plant science and more. The growing trend is agriculture and food technologies, or what's called AgriFoodTech. The St. Louis startup Edison Agrosciences developed technology to increase the levels of natural rubber production in sunflowers.
There's a huge supply chain issue with natural rubber. It's a strategic raw material that's used in thousands, tens of thousands of products, and all of it is grown over 10,000 miles away, and we still rely on natural rubber because it has certain performance characteristics that can't be matched by synthetic materials.
BioGenerator, the investment arm of BioSTL, invested, helping to support the company's move to St. Louis from North Carolina. Then, Edison Agrosciences received an added boost from Arch Grants.
We received the $50,000 in non-dilutive funding for the company, which was key for us.
Leaders within Arch Grants and BioGenerator are touring the company's lab. Edison Agrosciences is on a long list of companies Arch Grants has helped.
Since 2012, Arch Grants has funded over 200 companies in fulfillment of our mission to drive economic impact in St. Louis. In aggregate, our companies have created over 2,600 jobs in the St. Louis region, generated over $500 million in revenue, and attracted over $620 million in follow-on capital. The other knock-on benefits last year are companies reported paying over $30 million in wages to St. Louis-based employees. So those are real economic impacts that we feel very proud and emboldened to go forward with our mission.
BioGenerator is behind an idea fueling the latest advancement in the Arch Grants mission, which is all about rallying partners to generate funding opportunities for the new AgriFoodTech track in the annual Arch Grants Startup Competition.
It originally started in a conversation I was having with some of the Arch Grant board members who were asking me about some of the things that we had going on in the ag ecosystem. There's many of us in the agricultural space that are anxious to create more ag food tech startups in the region, and felt that by working together with Arch Grants, we could provide our global reach, our global presence to help attract companies to apply for an Arch Grant. Then we could all lean in and help be a part of the judging process, and ultimately then be a part of mentoring and coaching those companies, and working with local venture to commit to follow-on investments to help those companies be successful.
So, BioGenerator, the Donald Danforth Plant Science Center, and the Yield Lab partnered with Arch Grants to attract and keep agri-food-tech companies in St. Louis.
We accomplished that by providing non-dilutive grants. This year it'll be $75,000 awards across the board, with an additional $25,000 for companies that move to St. Louis from outside of Missouri or a 150-mile radius.
As many as 3 or maybe up to 5 startups in the agri-food tech space will get a shot at winning the grant and growing their idea in St. Louis through the new Arch Grants Agri-Food Tech Initiative.
It's ways to produce healthier and more sustainable food. And that could be from a plant in the ground, that could be from a bioprocessing reactor, that could be making sure the food doesn't spoil on the shelf.
So we've always funded companies in ag or food tech, never through this hopefully very beneficial partnership. Look, we have the Yield Lab, we have Donald Danforth Plant Science Center, we have BioGenerator in a position that we can combine resources in a really effective way to support agri-food tech startups in St. Louis. That's what's really new here. It's really a concerted effort to both recruit the best companies possible, attract funding designated for agri-food tech companies, and then support them through a strong partnership.
I'm hoping that this will make many people, like many of my ag food tech colleagues who might not be aware of Arch Grants, willing to now look at and see and recognize Arch Grants and fund this track. Therefore, we're going to grow the overall size of the pie for Arch Grants funding overall.
Winners will share the spotlight in November alongside other types of startup companies and their innovative ideas.
Later this year, we'll be announcing our cohort of between 20 and 25 companies at our annual gala, November 18th. This is a very important step for us to attract even stronger, more promising agri-food tech companies in St. Louis.